Indiana sports as Indianapolis prepares to host this year's Final Four.
Tonight we bring you the broadcast of the 1981 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, North Carolina and Indiana. We hope you got to see Indiana's 1987 championship game on Wish TV earlier this month, and later in March we'll bring you the 1976 game.
But tonight the focus is on the Spectrum in Philadelphia, March 30th, 1981. Joining us this evening, two key members of that 1981 team, Landon Turner and Ray Tolbert. And guys, we're going to set the stage for this championship game with a look back at a very, very memorable season, as I recall. It began with a win over Ball State at the Assembly Hall, but the Hoosiers had trouble during the pre-conference schedule. Indiana would lose to Kentucky, Notre Dame, North Carolina, Clemson, and Pan American. And going into the Big Ten, the team was 7-5. Then Bob Knight named Isaiah Thomas captain. Landon Turner got his game going, and the Hoosiers were in control. IU won its last 5 conference games in a row, including this one at Illinois, and captured the league championship. In the NCAA tournament, the team won its first 4 games by an average margin of 25 points, including this 99-64 win over Maryland. Indiana was on a roll, but North Carolina was waiting, and the Hoosiers had not measured up to the Tar Heels just 3 months earlier.
Landon Turner, what changes do you recall the team going through in that drive toward the championship? You were one of the bigger changes, as we mentioned.
Yeah, it was, I was having problems like in my grades, and I was having problems on the court. And it seemed like once I got my grades together in class and everything, it seemed like it coincided together with my basketball game. And so it seemed like once I got my act together, it just seemed like I was like the missing link to a certain extent. Everything just gelled together, and we didn't lose another game.
You know, Ray, I remember that season, and you guys really rolled through the tournament, but the game that sticks in my mind more than the Alabama-Birmingham, more than the St. Joe, was when you guys went in and drilled LSU.
We did execute, particularly in the second half. We came out, we were just fired up, and Landon was really playing extremely well, as I give a lot of credit to Whitman and Jim Thomas. Jim Thomas did a tremendous job coming off the bench, providing the spark that we needed. And I think right then we knew that we had a good chance to win the whole thing. And I think it was just such an euphoria that came over us. And I'm just glad we came out on top.
Now, we should mention that the 1981 game was played on the same day that President Reagan was shot and wounded. You'll hear some references to that during the game. There was some thought to delaying that game, but when it was determined that the president was out of danger, the decision was made to go ahead and play.
We'll be back at halftime with Landon and Ray, but now let's go to Philadelphia Spectrum for the starting lineup.